All right, today we're going to try using this new tool called Manus, which is basically an AI that has access to the browser and I think a virtual machine. You could ask it to do tasks. It will go ahead and browse the web, collect the data for you, and then you can select certain outcomes, in my understanding, where you could say, okay, put together a PDF report or build me an HTML web page, whatever that you want at the end. And today I wanted to put it to the test. I want to record it and see how it does. And the task that I'll be giving it today is to list best cities for software engineers in the United States. And I'm going to give it a pretty much single criteria of house prices to salary ratio. That's how we're going to rate the cities. The bigger the spread between the salary and an average home price, the higher the city will rank. We're going to ask it to put together a nice visual report, and we're going to learn if living in a high cost of living area, medium cost, or low cost of living area is the best for software engineers. So here's Manus, here's their website. It gives you like a bunch of different things they recommend that you ask. List YC companies, research AR/AI glasses right here, research on e-commerce reviews of products. Manus is pretty new, and I've been looking around on the internet for who's using it, who is super excited about it. It looks like if e-commerce sellers are excited about new ways to do research. Deeply analyze Tesla stock, trip to Japan in April, data analysis, okay, education, productivity, and WTF, podcast editing. Cool. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start writing a prompt. Professional researcher research a list of best cities for software engineers in the United States. Use home prices to salary ratio to rank these cities. I recommend using levels.fyi and Zillow as part of your research. Please create a succinct report in Markdown. Additionally, create graphs and charts if you think they may be helpful to illustrate your findings. Okay, I only have 346 credits left. I did run a test before this one time. When you get access to the early preview, you only get 1,000 credits given to you. So we're going to see how far this one goes. Let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. All right, so here it's stopping to ask me a question. Before I begin my research on the best cities for software engineers in the United States, I'd like to clarify a few details to ensure I deliver exactly what you need. Are you interested in specific experience levels for software engineers? In this case, I'm going to say no. Let's go ahead and look at all software engineers too. Would you like me to focus on any particular regions or include cities across the entire United States? We're going to say entire United States. How many cities? Top 5. Besides home prices and salary ratio, are there any other factors to consider? Yes, let's consider the amount of software engineering roles in that city. And lastly, do you have any preference for the type of visualization, bar charts, maps, scatter plots? I said, no, only provide graphics if needed. Okay, so it looks like it's starting a computer. It's creating a markdown file. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There's the computer. What else can we do here? It only has VS Code and browser, I guess. It's searching levels.fyi right now. All right, looks like it's having a hard time figuring out how to bypass the bot protection. I've encountered human verification challenges with trying to access Zillow. Would you like me to try alternative real estate data sources, search for rent reports, or use combination of both approaches? I'm not sure if I can get into the desktop and help it out. I don't really see an option right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just tell it to use a combination approach. Unfortunately, I ran out of credits on this run, so I actually had to go ahead and spend $39 to go ahead and continue creating this video. All right, so here's what we got so far. This is the list of everything. Best cities for software engineers. Higher is better. So San Francisco, followed by San Jose, Seattle, New York, Austin, Portland, Denver, Boston, Miami, Los Angeles. Home price to software engineering salary ratio by city. Lower is better. Again, San Francisco. And the plot here, software engineering salary, home price by city. And isn't this data conflicting with this? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Here's a summary. Best cities for software engineers in the United States. Based on the home price to salary ratio, this report analyzes best cities for software engineers in the United States. With primary focus on home prices to salary ratio, we've gathered comprehensive data on software engineer salaries and home prices across major U.S. cities to identify locations that offer most favorable financial conditions for tech professionals. Executive summary. Our analysis reveals that despite high absolute home price, San Francisco and San Jose rank as the top cities for software engineers when considered the ratio of home price to software engineering salaries. This is primarily due to exceptionally high salaries offered in these tech hubs, which effectively offset the high housing costs. Seattle, New York, Austin round out the top 5 cities, each offering a unique balance of salary potential and housing affordability. Methodology. Salary data collection. We've gathered software engineer salary data from levels.fyi and Career B, focusing on average compensation across all experience levels. Home price research. Got data from construction coverage in Wolf Street with a focus on current home values and price to income ratios. I have no idea if this is credible right here at all. Ratio calculation. We calculated the home price to software engineering salary ratio for each city, with lower ratios indicating more favorable conditions. Job availability assessment. We evaluated the strength of software engineering job market in each city. Composite scoring. We create a composite score that weighs the price to salary ratio 70% and job availability 30% to provide balanced ranking. Top 5 cities for software engineers. San Francisco, software engineering salary $268, estimated home price $671. I don't believe this. This doesn't pass the gut check for me. I've looked at homes in this area, and I had worked there and have a bunch of friends that work at tech companies there, and this does not pass the smell check. Analysis. San Francisco remains a premier destination for software engineers despite its high housing costs, exceptionally high salaries offered by tech giants and startups, creates surprisingly favorable price to salary ratio. The city's robust tech ecosystem provides unparalleled job opportunities and career growth potential. San Jose, software engineering salary $265, estimated home price $783. I probably should have constrained it more on what kind of real estate we're looking at, so it's the same across the board. But okay, let's see. At the heart of Silicon Valley, San Jose offers similar advantages to San Francisco with slightly higher home prices. And concentration of tech companies provide excellent job security and competitive compensation package that help offset the high cost of housing. It said that the salary is the same, but the homes are more expensive in San Jose than San Francisco. I don't know about that. Number 3, Seattle has established itself as a major tech hub with companies like Amazon and Microsoft. While salaries are lower than in Silicon Valley, the more moderate housing costs create a reasonable price to salary ratio. The city also offers high quality of life and strong job market. I don't know enough about Seattle to really comment. New York, software engineering salary less than San Francisco apparently, but the home price is at $730K. Is it true? I'm not sure. Somebody fact check New York. New York's growing tech scene offers competitive salaries that help balance its high housing costs. The city's diverse economy provides opportunities across various industries from finance to media, making it an attractive option for software engineers seeking variety in their career. The last one is Austin, Texas. Software engineering salary $115,000, estimated home price $447,000. Austin has emerged as a significant tech hub with lower cost of living compared to coastal cities. While salaries are moderate, the relatively affordable housing market creates a favorable price to salary ratio. The city's growing tech scene and absence of state income tax further enhances its appeal. Yeah, I probably should have asked it to normalize the salaries based on the tax rate of each state. I don't think it was adjusted for that. That was my oversight there. In the prompt, I did say, hey, you're a professional researcher. Now, I would assume that a professional researcher would know better than I do on how to do this correctly. Key insights and trends. Okay. Despite high absolute home prices, Silicon Valley, San Francisco, and San Jose offers the most favorable home price to salary ratios due to exceptionally high software engineering compensation. Emerging tech hub cities like Austin and Denver offer a compelling balance of growing tech scene and more moderate housing costs. Coastal challenge. Coastal cities generally command higher salaries but also have higher housing costs, with Los Angeles showing the most unfavorable ratio in our analysis. Unfavorable out of those 10, right? Job market strength. The strongest job market for software engineers remains concentrated in established tech hubs, with San Francisco, San Jose, and Seattle leading the pack. Recent data shows significant price drops in some markets like Austin, negative 24%, and San Francisco, negative 10% from their 2022 peaks, potentially improving affordability in these areas. Conclusion. For software engineers, prioritizing financial optimization, Silicon Valley remains surprisingly attractive despite its reputation for high costs. The exceptional salaries offered in San Francisco and San Jose effectively offset the high housing prices, creating favorable price-to-salary ratios. Seattle, New York, and Austin present strong alternatives with different balances of salary potential, housing costs, and job opportunities. Each city offers unique advantages depending on individual preferences for climate, culture, and lifestyle. When considering relocation and career moves, software engineers should weigh those financial metrics alongside quality of life factors, tax implications, and personal preferences to make the most informed decision. I think this is cool. It has potential, but for this use case, for research use case, I don't think the credits are worth it so far, what I've put in. It's a little dry and boring. It's kind of tough to get through reading all of this. I was originally going to post this on my blog and to put a disclaimer up there, hey, this is me using Manus and preview, and this is what I came up with for this prompt, right? Maybe even fix some parts and indicate what was fixed. But at this point, I don't think it's close enough to the final product. I'm going to play around with prompts and tweak it a little bit and see. But until then, I wouldn't be comfortable posting this on my blog. It looks like this query used 444 credits, which I believe is roughly equal to about $4.50 if I'm counting correctly, because it's $39 per month and you get 3,900 credits. Would I pay $5 for research like this? No, I don't think I would. Hopefully I could come up with some better prompts to maybe come up with better use cases. I think just like any tool up to this point, usually there's some impressive use cases and then not so impressive use cases where the AI doesn't really work well. If you could think of a better prompt to give it that I should try, maybe drop it in a comment section below and I could go ahead and make a follow-up video in the near future.